Good afternoon and thank you for joining us today on the program Healthy Living. I'm Adesu also again, and today we're going to be talking to a family doctor who will have to intimate us on things that we should do this period. This is the Yuletide season and a lot of things are bound to happen. People will travel to and fro, accidents will happen, the house will be crowded with visitors and every other person, and so home accident is also bound to happen. And when all of this happen, what are you supposed to do before you see a doctor? In the case of burns, you see people bringing salt, some palm oil, some shea butter, some water. Another one that they use is bicarbonate sodium, that is baking powder. You see it everywhere, people trying to use it on people who suffer burns, and people are bound to fall. Heart attack will happen, poisoning will happen, and then even food poisoning can happen, all right? And people will get poisoned on alcohol and even PCM, all right? So when all of this happen, what are you supposed to do before the arrival of a doctor? This and many more we're going to be talking about today on the program Healthy Living. We'll take a short break for some commercials, and when we come back, we will be talking to our doctor. Stay tuned. All right, thank you so much for staying tuned. We must apologize for that long break. We had to fix one or two, but here we are ready to serve you. Like I said before, we're talking about tackling emergencies this Yuletide season, and I have with me Dr. Emergencies. She's a resident family physician, Department of Family Medicine, UBT. Nice to have you join us, Dr. Mercy. Okay, all right, Dr. Mercy, we want to look at tackling emergencies this period. So let's start with children, because homes are full now, the holidays are here, and so many children at home, cousins, everybody trying to enjoy this Christmas. So let's take it from choking hazards, you know. Yeah. Let's see, how can we handle choking hazard? Because once a child is choking, people panic around that child, or people around will simply panic, because this period children want to put things in their mouth, they want to put things in their nose, you name it. So when a child is choking, before we get to the doctor, what should we do?
Okay, like they say, prevention is better than cure.
Okay.
Yes. So first of all, you should have age-appropriate toys. There are some toys that are not good for toddlers because they can easily put it in their mouth and then they start choking. Okay. So you should avoid any small objects, even nuts and, you know, popcorns, and they're not usually good for like smaller children because they can
popcorn.
Popcorn, nuts, and you know, smaller objects, they are usually not good for children because they can easily choke on it, and by the time they choke, everybody's in a panic, everywhere is frantic. So that's the first thing. Prevention is better than cure. Okay. Then when you see that like a child is choking, the first thing is for everyone to remain calm. You try to
that kind of environment.
I know, yes.
All these doctors, I like people too much. You just say, be calm, just be calm.
Yes, it's to remain calm. Then you try to find out if the object is somewhere where you can reach, then you try to take it out of their mouth. Otherwise, you would need to like elicit like a coughing reflex. You tap on their back. You know, like hit their back so that they can, that pressure would, you know, make them bring it out. But if you notice that is not working, they start turning blue and they are not breathing well, you have to actually go straight to the hospital so that a maneuver can be done to try to remove it. Okay. So that's why I said prevention is
okay. So in this instance now, prevention is key. Yes. We should prevent all of this and take everything that can choke a child. Exactly. Toys that are not children friendly should be taken out of their reach. Okay. So another thing that can happen this period is there are things I've seen, there are things I've really observed is poisoning. Ingesting poisonous substance like it could be spirit, it could be anything that can poison that child, you know. Like you said, prevention is better than cure. But when it happens, what are people or what are parents supposed to do once a child ingests liquid that are not supposed to be ingested?
Okay, so it depends. It depends on the kind of liquid. You know, most times when it happens, the parents will want to maybe give them palm oil, give them kerosene. In fact, that worsens the situation.
Oh, so palm oil does not help?
It doesn't help because at the time you're trying to force the palm oil into their mouth, they can actually aspirate it. that it will go into their lungs. And so let's say even the product that they took may not even be as poisonous as the effect of the palm oil you've given. So the best thing is still to get to the hospital, let them identify what it is, and now give the antidote. Because you may not be able to get the antidote easily available. We can use activated charcoal for some kind of poisons. However, it's better to locate the nearest hospital.
When you say activated charcoal, what are you talking about?
Activated charcoal is a type of substance that is used to deactivate certain kinds of poisonous substances. But it's not one cap that fits all. So you can't use activated charcoal for all the kinds of poisons. And so, like I said, it's better you take them to the hospital so that they can ask the timing, the quantity, and when it was ingested. So we can now observe the child and do the necessary thing. Like I said, in the case of even poisoning, prevention is also better than cure, because there are some kind of substances, maybe like the popular one that's sniper. It's very dangerous. So it's better not to allow them. Of course, children, they are always adventurous. But it's better to keep these things far away from their reach as much as possible. Even your pills too, they can also ingest pills. So it's better to take them out. But the best thing is to get to the hospital so that the substance is identified and the necessary antidote is given immediately.
You know, normally when things like this happen, the very first thing, bring palm oil, bring there's this other one, this black one, a diagmo, palm kernel oil, and all of that. That is the first thing people want to do. Oh yeah, press the neck, open your mouth, that kind of a thing. So a situation like that should not occur.
It should not be happening, because when the problem is when you are forcing them to take it, they would, you know, it will get into their lungs, and that is the problem. They can now spend so long in the hospital trying to treat the consequences of that. So I think the best thing is just to get to the hospital.
All right, you're hearing from Dr. Mercy. She's telling us a lot. Once things like that happen, don't panic. And palm oil is not the option. If you can't help that child, see as fast as you can, just try and take that child to the nearest hospital where help will come to the child. All right, doctor, let's not keep talking about children, because I know that this is their period. This is when families will want to do Christmas decoration, plenty things, and so a lot of small items will just be flying and lying around. So prevention, doctor says, is best. Now let's look at adults. This period, we notice that there's usually a high rate of heart attack.
Yes, that's
this period. I don't know, is it a Christmas pressure or pressure of money to spend? I don't know, but you know, this period, there's usually this high rate of heart attack. So before we see a doctor, what should people do?
Okay, so this period, definitely, the spirits are high, everybody's excited, people have expectations, and of course there's pressure. So all of that, maybe anxiety, worrying, you know, all of that stress and, you know, put a lot of pressure on the heart. That's the truth. There's a mechanism for that. Stress affects a part of our nervous system that triggers the heart to start beating faster. So if the person already has underlying heart conditions, maybe the person already has hypertension, the heart is already weak, the person is at increased risk already if the person is having to battle with all of these things that are stressing the heart. So that's why we say overly charged environments, you know, are not good for a person that already has underlying heart issues. Then even your diet, maybe at this time is when people want to, you know, give themselves some form of enjoyment. Take this, take that. And all of those things are contributing.
Want to flex this period.
Yes, and even some want to indulge in alcohol. So all of these things would worsen the risk of having a heart attack. Yes, especially for those that already have an underlying heart condition. So
what should be done? You have told us not to panic in any situation. So what should we do? How can we help somebody who's already having a heart attack?
Okay, so the first things, like I will always say, is the prevention. So your lifestyle, the things like avoid things that are stressful. Worrying really will not add to your, you know, it won't change the circumstance. So avoid being overly worried. Sleep deprivation also adds to it. You know, you're not sleeping well, you're worried. All of these things are putting pressure on your heart. Then avoid alcohol. That's the truth. Avoid alcohol, avoid binge drinking. Watch what you're eating. Eat more vegetable, fruits. So, but when the person already has has developed so the things to look out for, if the person starts complaining of maybe chest pain,
okay,
you know, it will usually come like that. They will have chest pain, they can have difficulty breathing. Some people may not even have chest pain, they may just have tightness in their chest, like a feeling like they can't breathe well, like they're suffocating. For some people, they'll start sweating profusely, they'll feel like there's an impending doom, like something bad is going to happen, or they feel like their heart is racing. So those are like little signs that are coming up. At that time, it's still better to go to the hospital.
Okay, don't wait.
Don't wait, because you know how Nigerians are. They'll be like, I would overcome it. Let me just be waiting and
try to wish it away.
Exactly. At that time, when you're having those discomfort, go to the hospital. And if there's already an underlying condition, now is the time to go for your checks. Go and check your blood pressure, check your level of cholesterol. You know, there's this myth that people have that if you're slim, you're not chubby, that you don't have cholesterol, you don't have high cholesterol. They
play. That's how they call it on the street. Just they play.
So you can eat anything you like, but it's not true. Just go and check your cholesterol, and you'll be surprised that your cholesterol levels are high, because maybe there's a family disposition and you're just really eating anything. So go and actually check, so that they will now realize that, okay, it's high, then they'll start giving you the medications for it. Okay. You know, they'll start giving the medications for it. And still, for a heart attack, it's still better to go to the hospital as soon as possible. If the person is already hypertensive, that's already a risk factor. Diabetes too is a risk factor. All of these things are risk factors. So in these times that everywhere is charged, you know, there's maybe one news coming up or the other, these are triggers. So avoid the triggers. When you now notice these symptoms that are outlined, you're feeling weak, you don't understand yourself, please go to the hospital and get yourself checked, so that they can, you know, identify if there's something going on and prevent it or treat it immediately to prevent it from getting worse. Dr.
Mercy, thank you so much for educating us. Now, let's say in a minute, can you just tell women out there what to do this period to save their mental health? Because I know, you know, at this period, some women are already charging. Never bring money for Christmas rice. Never bring money for Christmas things. They're already charging up. So please just talk to them in a minute how they can save themselves from mental stress.
Okay. Saving yourself from mental stress. Identifying, first of all, that health is wealth. The fact that you are alive already is something to be thankful for. And this season is all about thankfulness that you got to the end of the year. Be grateful for that, you know, and don't worry too much about all the things that you want to be able to do, you want to be able to achieve.
Want to build us on the Atlantic Sea this Christmas.
So all of those things, I think, you know, what is important should be, you should prioritize family time. Okay. You know, prioritize family time, spend time, quality time with your family. If your, you know, your spouse is able to provide at least food on the table, to simple meals, you know, the fact that you are bonding together, having family time is so much more. We know what's happening around the country now. You know, we are like lucky not to have those violence and all of those things. So the fact that everybody is around, family time, just be happy and be thankful. And as you're thankful, by God's grace, next year, things will get better.
Amen.
Things will get better.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Mercy, for finding time to be with us on the program, Healthy Living. We shall do this again soon enough. Soon enough. All right, people, this is how to cope with some emergencies this Yuletide season. And the best medicine for this season is don't panic. Prevent anything that can give you stress. Prevent anything that can bring trouble your way that will make you to run to the hospital. If you do this, I think you'll be happier. We'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.